Thanks for the reminder. Okay.
Problem.
All right. So who's going to go first and share about their week as far as like something they did great? Looks like Susan wants to just to add. So go ahead.
I'm just really excited because I have I got 2 new recruits this past weekend, which was huge for me. And one of my recruits got a recruit. So I have 1 recruit with 2 recruits, and I have 3 of my own recruits. And I have another possible recruit who may sign tomorrow. So I'm really excited because this is going to happen.
Oh my gosh, I've got to say something right now because you have been at every call working towards this, and here it is happening for you guys. Let that be an example to you. Like put the time in, believe in yourself, and it's going to happen. What a great testimony. Thank you.
I had so many no's, no after no after no. Like statistically, it was like totally all these no's. Like but all the yeses are coming. So they don't necessarily come. You're 10 and you're 1, you're 10 and you're 1. You might get 100 no's and then 10 yeses. So that's kind of how it's been working for me. So
I can see
excited.
Yes, in your face. I'm so excited for you. Okay, who else has something to share?
Can you hear me?
Robin, yes.
Yeah, this week was kind of a slow week because I had my day job took over. But for this month so far, I believe I'm at like 3,000 in sales. And I hit, it'll go towards my October sales. And then I just got my notice that I hit the 5,000 mark. I think that's within my first 30 days. I think maybe I'm going on my 4th or 5th week. So I haven't done any recruiting yet. I'll be honest. I'm still trying to get comfortable with having parties myself. But I think Cammie signed me up middle of September-ish. And now I'm like I said, I already just hit the 5,000 mark for total sales. So I feel like I'm getting comfortable with my virtual parties, and just got another one to book today that will start next weekend. So
amazing, Robin.
Still getting my comfort level with everything, but it's starting off pretty well.
It sounds like it's going well. Good job.
Amazing. And Katie, Robin's like right by you, like Darden Prairie, right?
You're kidding.
Yeah, I'm at Darden Prairie off Bates.
You have to come to, oh my gosh, yeah, you have to come to our team meeting.
I do, because I have 3 people asking to do a home party, and I am not ready for that yet. So I might have to connect with you on that.
Oh yeah, girl, you come to a party of mine. We'll get you ready. Okay.
That would be awesome. We'll talk offline about that. But yeah, thank you so much.
You bet. All right, who else?
I have a dog barking. If you hear that,
I can go ahead and share.
Okay, go ahead.
So I had 2 parties last week, and because of Memorial Day, because of the Columbus Day weekend, the host had asked to extend the party. So that one's still going on, and I started another party with 2 people in it this week. And between the 2 parties, I've booked 6 parties in the last 2 days.
Awesome.
So that's pretty awesome. And I've been kind of trying to build a rapport with the hosts, not necessarily like immediately jumping in saying, hey, do you want to sign up, this and that, but I've been planting the seed here and there saying, hey, you get the host credit for the consultant kits, see if there's anything in the kit that you would like, blah, blah, blah. And then I've been working into getting them signed up. So 2 of them are kind of giving me the yes. We're not completely there yet. I was planning on talking to them tonight. So hopefully I'll get those 2 signed up soon. The one party is going to be closing here in the next couple of days, and then the second one, her party will close early next week. So
excellent.
And I've been getting my free stuff slowly throughout the week. So it seems like I've been getting a new box on the doorstep every single day. So that's a little exciting too. So I'm starting to see the rewards of all of this. So yeah.
And Erin, tell us what you're doing to get those bookings. Like, what's working for you to get all those new bookings?
So I've just kind of been focusing on the people who are commenting the most, and making sure that I'm like commenting back and kind of starting conversations within the party, and doing that. And then I'll kind of ask near not the end, like maybe middle-ish way through the party, and I've been getting yeses. And whenever I did my launch party, I think I missed so many things that I should have done. So I'm going back and touching base with all of my guests that ordered stuff to make sure that their stuff came in okay. And then I'm asking, hey, Christmas holidays are coming up. It's a great way for you to get some free stuff, like get your Christmas shopping done. So I was able to get one of my parties booked that way. And then a friend of mine, I had actually asked her to host a party before I even signed up to be a consultant, because I wanted to make sure that I at least had 3 people under my belt before I signed up. And she was like, nope, I'm not going to do it. Don't ask me. I don't want to have anything to do with it. And she's actually been to 3 of my parties, and she finally said yes today. So like,
Cool.
yes. So, but yeah, other than that, I'm still trying to get comfortable with the virtual parties and making sure that I'm like, thanking everybody every day and doing the right posts and stuff like that. So it's just, I just said to myself, okay, I'm not going to talk to anybody about recruiting yet. I'm only going to talk to my hosts first, because I want them to actually see firsthand. So I think once I get these 2 signed up, I'll start like, okay, this is what can happen if you sign up as a host or as a consultant. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hey, Jen. You're on my screen right now.
Well, I think we're going to go ahead and get started, unless there's someone that's like dying. They got to tell their thing, because of course we want to hear everyone, but okay.
And also type in the chat too. If you have something going awesome, like type in the chat, because like we can hear from more people in there than we have time for like live. So we'd love to see the chat also.
One thing that's working for you. Okay. And if I mute you, it's just because there's a little background noise, not because I don't want you to talk, FYI. All right. So we're going to jump in, because this is my favorite thing to talk about. We're going to talk about believing in yourself. And as a recovering like people pleaser / self-doubter, I am so thrilled to get to be the one to talk a little bit about your belief in yourself, because this skill is something that not only will you need for a pampered chef, but it's something that you're going to use your whole life in all different aspects, and you can pass it all along to a spouse or a kid or a friend, and it just makes such a difference in your life. And I know I've seen that firsthand in mine. I've got to tell you, these vision boards that you guys have been posting on our group, I went through today and just scrolled through every single one of them, and it filled my heart to see you guys dream big. And that's really the first step, is making sure that you know what you want. And then you can build some affirmations around that and really start believing in yourself. And it just makes such a difference. I want to start, though, with looking at like having you think about something. Do you believe that in the next 30 days you could promote to the next level in this business? Thumbs up. Do you think you could do it? Okay, I see a lot of like, yeah, I can do it. But is anyone fibbing like, I don't know? Yeah, okay, a few of you are like, I don't know. And that's all right. That's where you are. But I want you to know that in the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, what you're doing today is going to make all the difference. And I'm not even.
It's okay. Those come off with no problem.
Uh-oh.
Let's just mute everybody, okay?
How do I do that?
Go to the top and go under meeting and then just click mute all. That's the fastest way.
Okay, I didn't know that existed, but that's good.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, now it's like radio silent. Okay. All right. So, belief is such a powerful concept. And when you understand how powerful it is, and you start practicing it, it will change your life. It's not something that you're going to, it's not going to be like you're beautiful, you're smart, and everybody loves you, and then the next day your whole life changes. No, it's going to be a practice. It might start with like, you're the worst, to, you know what? You're not doing what you could do, but it's getting better. And then it will go to like, I am a confident leader. And then it's going to be like, I sell $5,000 every single month. And then I'm an executive leader with Pampered Chef. Like, oh my gosh, it just grows and grows. You start practicing belief, you see it come true. And those vision boards are where you started. It makes such a difference to know. And I've got to tell you, I still haven't updated mine yet. But since we did this course in August is when I redid mine. I can see here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of like my 10 things. 4 of them have already come true. And so you've got to keep that vision board in front of you all the time and look at it. Remember why you wanted it. It makes a difference. Okay, I'm going to share my screen here. Let me find, there it is. I'm going to share this picture with you. Oh, come on. All right. Well, that's interesting. Do you see my belief triangle, or do you see my Facebook?
I see Facebook.
Oh, shoot. Okay. I need to close that anyway. Guys, I'm sorry. Stop share. That's what I need. I just must have just picked the wrong one. I want to share the belief triangle with you. Let's try this again. Here it is. Okay. You guys see that picture? I don't know if I can make it bigger, but so whatever you believe in, you're going to take action on, and then the results will come. So it can be very subtle. It can be you telling yourself that you're doing a great job, that you do get bookings, that people do love booking parties with you. And when you believe that and you're saying that to yourself, our brains are not as smart as we think they are. They believe anything, like our brain believes anything that we tell it. And so when you have whatever you believe, whether it's good or bad, that's going to influence your actions and what you do. So if you believe that nobody wants to book parties with you, you're going to not even ask. Or you might ask in a way that says, you probably wouldn't want to do a party, but if you ever wanted to, let me know. Like, oh my gosh, so many F words in that statement. But if you were to say to yourself, people love booking parties, people love getting free stuff with Pampered Chef. I am a great facilitator of Pampered Chef parties. Then your actions to go along with what you're telling your brain are going to be things like, hey, I'm really excited about all these new products Pampered Chef just came out with, and I thought of you, thought I would love to spoil you with some Pampered Chef products. What do you think? And she's going to say, heck yeah, well, let's go get some free stuff. And that's where the results come in. And one thing I want you to realize with this triangle, you can start anywhere. If you really are struggling with self-doubt or believing that this is really working for you, you can actually start with the action section by doing something like what we're doing with these 25 contacts. So I hope you enjoyed how you felt once you got your 25 contacts down on paper this week. You accomplished something big. You invested in your tomorrow today. And, just like writing a list on what you need to do tomorrow, today, it will result in a better tomorrow. The same thing is true every week when you're taking the actions that we know make you successful, like reaching out to 25 people a week and or talking to 25 people a week and reaching out to people to let them know that this business is an opportunity for them too. The results will start to come. And what happens when you start having people book parties and join your team? you're going to believe that you can book parties and have people join your team because it's happening. So you can start there from actions by just doing what other people do to be successful. Do 4 parties a week. Reach out to 25 people. The other thing is you might have, this doesn't happen quite as often, but you can even start from the results. Let's say that you had a party and it went really, really well. And so that helps you believe that you can do this well, and therefore you go and do more parties. So I hope that that makes sense. Give me just your thumbs up. Belief triangle, I get that. I get that. You may want to print this out and just have it with you, or draw it. I mean, why not? We talk about it a lot in Pampered Chef because it always is going to correlate with itself. Now, there is another thing that happens in direct sales specifically called the emotional cycle of direct sales. Has anyone heard of this? No. Cammie, do you have a picture of it? Because I could not find mine.
I don't have a picture. I just have like it typed out, but I don't know of a picture of it.
Is it typed out on this piece of paper?
No, but I can read through it if you want.
Yeah, so Cammie's going to tell the emotional cycle, and we'll kind of talk through it. I basically know it, but I'll miss one, I'm sure.
So yeah, this is very common. All of you are going to go through this. Some people go through it like really fast. Some people go through it slower and like get stuck in one of the spots. So this is inevitable when you're growing, and each of you are growing your business. So with growth comes growing pains, and only through those growing pains can you taste victory. So we're going to watch a video in a minute that really shows you like somebody who truly believes in themselves. And so we just want you to kind of keep this in mind, like you're all going to go through this, but basically everyone who is where they want to be has grown into their position, and they have pushed through these different cycles. So stage 1 is excitement and enthusiasm. Everything seems to go your way. You may even think, wow, this is really easy. Stage 2 is frustration. You begin to experience postponements, ghosting, all of that. You feel a general lack of support. Nothing seems to be going your way, and you think maybe it'd just be easier to throw in the towel. Stage 3, shock. They told you this would be easy. Who were they kidding? Stage 4, denial. You begin to withdraw and you don't participate in trainings. You don't make your contacts. You start putting other things ahead of what you know you should be doing. Negative thinking takes over and you begin procrastinating. Maybe you watch TV more. Maybe you watch cat videos on Facebook more. Who knows? But you're not making your contacts. You take on other things and other commitments to keep you busy. Maybe you take on another part-time job. Stage 5 is fear. I can't do this. Maybe this isn't for me. They didn't tell me XYZ. You begin to blame everyone but yourself. Stage 6A is anger. You begin to rationalize these thoughts. Well, I really never wanted to have my own business anyway. I've always loved my job. It's very fulfilling, and the hours really aren't that bad. You quit and you forget about your dreams. Stage 6B of anger, you get angry at yourself. Accept and realize your feelings. You alone are responsible for your own success and failure, and you realize that. Stage 7 is recommitment. It's not like me to get discouraged, give up, and not reach my goals. So you get excited again. You send positive messages to your brain. Those positive affirmations we're going to be talking about. You decide each day you're going to be positive. You affirm yourself and your goal every day. You fill your mind with positive stuff, with trainings, with dash trainings, with good music, with an accountability partner. You reinvest in our team page. You listen or read something educational, podcast, anything. And this is going to create that bounce back ability. So in the beginning, the cycle may take a while. The reality is you'll go through the cycle over and over as you're growing, pursuing your goals. And like Allison Levine, like sometimes you're going to go up and then come down and then go up a little bit higher and come back down, maybe even further. The path to success is not a straight line. So but the only thing, I always say this, the only way to fail at this is to quit. So as long as you just keep pushing through these cycles, you're going to be succeeding. The important thing is to learn to recognize the stages of this cycle and learn to pivot right from stage 2 directly to stage 7 and skip all those other stopping points, all those other pitfalls that don't need to be in there. Go from stage 2 of frustration to 7 of recommitment. And when you learn to do that, you're really positioning yourself for success.
Good. I love it. And that it's just so true. Have you been through that cycle already? Some of those make sense. You've been questioning yourself, any of that? Gosh, even today, I can catch myself. I just recently, I was like, I'm watching a lot of TV. I must be avoiding. I must be avoiding. Or like we even recognize it as leaders, we come to these trainings over and over and over. We want you to have them. We want to engage with you. And then sometimes people are like, I can't make it, or I'll try. We're like, uh-oh, they're going through the cycle. Like we can see it and read it. So if you are in that place and you're feeling that way, like you're not alone. Reach out to a buddy. If you can't get to stage 7 where you're like, okay, I recommit, I decide I'm recommitting, boom. If that doesn't work for you, for whatever reason, you're not there yet, reach out to a friend and be like, okay, I'm really wondering what I'm doing, and we can talk you through it. Try and help you, talk you off the ledge is what we might say. So any questions about the emotional cycle or even the belief triangle before we move on to positive affirmations? Okay.
Do you mind if we do the video real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Yes. Let's watch this video. I don't see faces, but I need to make sure that you can see it. So someone give me a
video.
Okay, super. Let's see if we can.
Oh, I'm a stand-up comedian.
Oh, wow. How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing comedy for 10 years now.
Do you do it full time?
Yeah, do it full time.
Okay. Are you nervous?
No, I have Tourette syndrome, so I twitch a lot. I blink real fast. My head flops around. If you see that, it's kind of cute.
It is.
Thank you.
And what does this mean to you, coming to AGT now?
This means everything. I've worked my entire life for a moment like this. They don't come very often. I'm really grateful. I just had a baby girl, and this is a beautiful opportunity.
Wow. And your family's all supportive of this career?
Yes, since I started, they've been 100% behind me, so I'm very thankful.
All right. Well, you know what? It's scary enough doing whatever you do to hit that X, and I just want the best for you. I really do.
Thanks so much.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So like I said, I have Tourette syndrome. It's why my head flops around. I blink real fast. It's weird. It always looks like I'm trying to tell you a secret. This twitch gets me in trouble. My roommate came home from work. I was like, dude, our neighbor died. He said, did you kill him? I was like, nah. Yo, this is a true story. When I was 10 years old, my parents sent me to Tourette's camp. Yeah, that's where the joke should end. It's a real place, and I didn't realize it till this moment, but I found out that when other people twitch, it makes me twitch more. So on the first day, they put us in a circle with 100 kids. The kid next to me did a shoulder roll, and my Tourette saw that and took that as a challenge. And I threw him a head flop. The girl next to him did a full body twitch, and everybody saw that, and all hell broke loose. Kids were rolling on the ground. I was in the corner like, why'd they send us here? Our parents were on top of a hill like, oh, they're breakdancing. I'm Samuel J. Conrad. Thank you.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. Click below and subscribe.
Oh my gosh, it's so great. Now, how do I get it to stop?
Grammarly does more than catch error.
Okay. So amazing. Can you believe in yourself like he does? And just do it anyway? Yes. Yes, you can. It looks like Karen, you're crying. That got you. Oh man, that is so inspiring. Yes. I mean, anyone, if you have a dream, you can do it. So one of the ways that you can do that is through positive affirmations. You can say things like, people want to do parties with me. I have incredible products to share, great recipes, and money-saving tips. You have something to add value to each and every person's life that you encounter, especially at a Pampered Chef party. You know, people join parties because they're like, ooh, recipes, right? In the Pinterest world, it's a perfect given. We are a shoo-in for someone to love. So but in order to succeed, we've got to believe that we can succeed. Believe that you can be and have anything you want in this business. Try focusing on that system that we have in place, and that's going to help you believe, right? So just doing, and I'm a perfect example of this. I was just doing cooking parties. Cammie's like, come over here to the virtual world. The water's fine. I've got it figured out. There's a system. And I had given up on virtual parties 1,000 times. I'd try one or two, then quit, then try one or two and quit. I'm like, I'm not a virtual consultant. And then she's like, just run the system already. I don't know if you said it like that, but that's how I remember. I don't know. And so I did the 4 parties a week, and oh my gosh, like my sales have doubled. It got me through a really hard time when my husband was out of work for 7 weeks and we were stuck in Hawaii for 2 weeks. I was able to run my business and not skip a beat. Our family was still able to get their income because I knew this system. And even if I wasn't a natural at virtual parties and I have trouble with technology or whatever, I could still do it and work the system that works. And so what I'm saying is just like the belief triangle. If you would do the actions that we suggest, obviously you want to put your personality into it, but if you try those, that's a great first step at learning to believe that you can do this. Okay. So what I want you to do and what I wanted to share here are a few affirmations. I put them on a Post-it. I have them in front of me every day. I also have a note saved on my phone with my affirmations. They are also on my vision board. So I put them everywhere. And whenever I'm feeling down, like I have a trampoline that I jump on because they say it's good for your lymph system. And I'm a total hippie if you haven't realized that yet. Anything that's good for your body, I'm going to do it. So I have a trampoline every morning. I go down there and I raise my hands up and I go, victory, victory, victory. I am a proud leader of an executive team that's strong, stable, healthy, and growing. Woo! And I do that in the morning. It takes 30 seconds, but it feels so good to start the day that way. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm crazy, but it does make you feel good. All right. So here are a few things that I say to myself. People love booking parties with me. At least 6 new people join my team each and every month. I am a leader of a strong, stable, healthy, and growing executive team. People love learning from me, and they find inspiration towards their next step on their journey. Those are just a few. But what I'm going to have you do is write down your affirmations, and then I want you to say them every single day. You can write them on your mirror. You can write them in a Post-it. In your door, like when you're driving, you've got like that little door handle thing right to your side on your, like when you open. I usually have like a quarter in there or something. I also have a Post-it with 3 different affirmations on there. I'll look down, getting out of the car. It says people love booking parties with me. I open the door. I don't really think about it anymore, but it's there. And it's subconsciously training my brain to believe I am a director. I book 5 parties a week. I'm offering the business to every host 5 times. I'm a strong recruiter. Whatever you need it to say, look at your vision board. What do you want? What affirmations can we help you with? Okay, I want you to kind of raise your hand or unmute. And I want to hear those of you that are already doing this. Tell me one of yours. You can type them into the chat. What are your affirmations already? And you guys that don't have them and are not practicing this, you can start taking a few notes here.
I can go, Katie.
Yeah, please.
Mine is, I am whole, I am complete, and everything I desire is already here. I am a director. People love booking parties with me. I am strong and I can do this.
Excellent. Yes.
And it really does work, guys.
Yes. Wow, Lindsay, director looks good on you. That's the one I pushed on her. Okay, whatever affirmations? Who's practicing this? I'm a great director. I'm a go-giver. I change lives. I make $4,000 a month. Yes. More. What you got?
Raquel, did you have some? Just unmute yourself.
I
Got
am
me.
destined to succeed. I am abundantly blessed. I am a recruiter and a booking queen.
Booking queen. I love it. We've got, I'm a team leader. I help people change their lives. I'm confident. I recruited 39 consultants in October with the $39 kit. Boom. Okay.
Type them in there. We want to read more of them. Type them in the chat.
Yeah, please.
Your goal is at least 3 of these, at least, but more is better.
And putting this practice in, it can just be another time that I like to practice them is when I blow drying my hair so no one can hear me. So I'll put that little Post-it. I have this little pop-out drawer where my makeup is, and I'll put it there, and I can just pop that out, blow dry my hair, and look down, and you can put it on your mirror, whatever. You can do this without being crazy, all right? In the car on the way to a show, it's my favorite place. I love that. Okay. All right, I'm supporting my entire family and abundantly, parents and siblings. I am good at this. I am excellent. I am excelling fast.
Awesome.
I love it. Okay, well, we want to
read these.
Just like we did the vision boards in our group, this week I want to see affirmation after affirmation after affirmation. It's going to be so fun. Our brains are going to be so trained. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Awesome.
Yay. All right. Well, thanks so much, Katie. So I'm going to wrap this up with 2 additional topics, kind of like we did like the feel good stuff, like getting your head stuff. Now we're going to wrap up with like practical like action tips. So today we're going to wrap up on talking about host coaching and creating desire for the business and our parties. These are 2 very important things. And so we really wanted to hit hard on host coaching because you've got these shows this month. So think about it. If you're submitting $5,000 a month, would you rather submit 5 parties that are $1,000 each or 10 parties that are $500 each, right? So you could be working twice as hard when you don't have to. So why invest extra effort when you could be just getting these bigger parties and working less, but achieving the same thing? So we really wanted to talk about host coaching tonight, and type in the chat bar real quick. When you talk about host coaching, where do you feel maybe you fall short a little bit with host coaching? Host coaching is an area we can always grow in. Like, we're never going to be perfect. So all of us have areas to work on. And so what is one area you feel maybe you fall short in? And when hosts were interviewed a long time ago, like this was back when cooking shows were a big deal, and that's all we had, is hosts. They interviewed a lot of hosts, and their main complaint was they didn't know what was happening. Like, their consultant was not in touch with them enough. So like, that communication is so important, and it always goes back to like, oh man, my husband, like, he does not communicate. And so I'm like, man, I cannot be like him. Like, I need to communicate to my host because like the communication is just not there with him. I'm like, I don't want to be like him. So like, the more you can communicate, the better. So, really when we're breaking it down and thinking about like host coaching, so let's break down the first word for host. So the definition of a host is a person who receives or entertains other people as guests. So that's a party giver. So our hosts are the key to our success because they're party givers and they're party doers. With this in mind, it's critical to approach our hosts with gratitude first and foremost. So think about, how are you expressing gratitude to your host? What could you do that you're currently not doing with your host? Can anybody share, like, how do they express gratitude to your host real quick? What's something you do?
I post in my parties a lot. Like, that's like my initial post is always, thank you so much, host, for, rounding up everybody and throwing this awesome party. And then I always do it at the end too. Like, I'll even pop it in the middle too. Just always like publicly thanking them in the party.
Nice. And that's like, people don't get that recognition. So that's probably right there in some people's eyes who don't get that positive affirmation very much. That's probably going really far with some potential hosts to be like, "Ooh, I want this praise. I want her bragging on me," you know? So what else do you guys do? Oh, and Angel put, I'm scared of Facebook jail, so don't comment a lot anymore. As long as you're commenting from your business page, you should be fine. So make sure it says business page, but don't let that prevent you from commenting. And then let's see here. Katie does a thank you video and a thank you card. Yes. I do a thank you video when we're first starting their coaching. It's a thank you video, but it's also how to log into their dashboard as well. So it's kind of a 2-in-1. I'll post that video in our Facebook page. What else? What do you guys do? Any other ideas? No? All right, just be thinking about that. How would you want to be appreciated? You know, because when we think about it, like our hosts are our business. Like, so really, like if we can just take the time to appreciate them, that goes so far, and it builds those repeat hosts with you. So we don't want to just be a one and done for this person. We want them to come back to us, host parties with us over and over. We want to be their consultant. We want to make that impression that like, yeah, they like us because they trust us and they value us as their consultants, and they're going to come back to us. So when we think about the second word of coaching, definition of coaching is a form of development in which a person called a coach supports a learner or client in achieving a specific personal or professional goal by providing training and guidance. We guide our hosts to success. So we are responsible so much for a lot of their parties, not all, but for a lot of it. So tips to succeed consistently is to track your host coaching steps. Are you seeing this theme again this week? Like if something isn't happening, if you're having a lot of low parties or parties not qualify, yeah, that happens to everybody, but if you're having a lot of them, it might be time to kind of refine your skills a little bit and say, if I'm not having a lot of qualifying parties, what is one tiny thing I can change to get better results? And I think it's always good to just always be looking at our procedures and say, what is not working so well? What could I fix to, like, if there's a, you know, something, if I'm not getting bookings on my party, what can I fix? What can I try differently for a couple times, try it on a couple parties and see what could I do a little differently to get better results. If I'm messaging a lot of people and I'm not getting the yeses and I'm getting a lot more no's than most people, change the wording up, try something different. You can always go back to your original way. But so, you know, really when we don't rely on our memory to do our host coaching steps. Anybody that has kids and their brain's gone like mine, like I can't remember anything. So I have my steps, write them down. Like every time you do a party, every time you set up a party, this is what you do. So that way every single host gets the same attention from you and you're giving your full to everybody. So, you know, don't rely on your memory, write it down. It's too critical to our success to not have a system. So if you're flying by the seat of your pants, probably not the most time efficient thing you can do. And so don't let the term system scare you or think that, you know, that that's too organized for you, because a system can be very basic. It's just what needs to happen. So it's going to look different for everybody. And so, you know, when we're thinking about, you know, systems, make it easy, make it something that works for you. Maybe ask some other people, what are your systems? And then like kind of find out like what you need to do as well and make your own system, you know, and make it work for you. But has anybody ever driven somewhere and actually like doesn't remember like making all the turns to get to that destination? Anybody do that? Yeah, because you do it on autopilot. That's what we want our systems to do. So we want to know this is what we're doing every single time, so that we can do it, the same things over and over, and don't have to think about it. And it's going to keep things from falling through the cracks. So, and then that's going to help your success with all of your shows. And we want to explain to our host, like, why do we want them to invite 250 people? I've been using the words 5 groups of 50 at least. Why do we want them to invite that many? Explain to them, communicate with them, you know, let them know why and how is this going to benefit them. It's not just for us. Like, we're not just doing this for us. All of you care about what your hosts get, and all of you want your host to get a lot of free money instead of $0 of free money, right? So how is this going to benefit them? Why is their time valuable in doing this? Partner with them. Let them know, thank you so much for partnering with me to make this a success. This is my number one goal, is to get you as much free money as we can so you're a happy host. So maybe call them. If you're having a lot of hosts ghost you, maybe call them, and get them really excited when they first book. So then they're already excited and they're going to be more committed. A 5-minute phone call. Be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to host with you. When's a good time for 5 minutes? We can touch base, today or tomorrow. Get that time lined up on your calendar, call them. It keeps them committed. You don't have to do that, but that's a personal touch that you could do to show your appreciation as well. But expectations, inviting a lot of people, daily host posting from that person. Don't let them hide in the corner in their party. Don't let them do that. They need to be present on the party at least once a day. That's why that host chat is so helpful, because it gives them that picture to post, and it accomplishes a system. It accomplishes, sending that to every one of your hosts all in one chat. The private messaging to at least 40 people, the tagging, interacting on those parties. You guys know what a good and bad host looks like. So just, and in my chat with my host, I always send them the graphic. Here's host A and here's host B. Let's have you be host B. Let's have you be the good one. We really want that partnership, because in my experience, I have seen, what happens when you're host A, and I don't want that for you. So what are some ways maybe that you guys have, what are ways that you make your host coaching efficient or work for you? What are some ideas that you want to share?
I'll go. I just set up a system. Instead of emailing my hosts, the long, copy and paste email with their information, I have a host coaching system where I've made graphics that explain everything that's in the email. So at the start of the party, I have 6 texts that they get from me. It's the first general information text, then they get their shopping link, which it says in the picture before, your shopping link's coming next, and then it has another text, then it has their Facebook link, and then it has 2 more texts, and it explains everything, and it's graphic, so a lot of people are visual, so it hopefully will help them remember, and then they can just scroll up in their phone and refer back to it later. So I switched to doing that.
Yes. Robin, just unmute yourself.
Okay. Is it unmuted?
Yes.
Okay. So I have a quick question. Did she say she was texting it instead of Facebook Messenger? The graphics?
Either text or Facebook Messenger, either way.
Okay. Because that's what I had, Cammie, I jumped in so quickly because you graciously gave me my original parties that booked off of my party. So I, jumped in kind of unorganized, and I really did just mimic a lot of what you did. But I did have a couple hosts with my messenger copy and paste. They were they felt overwhelmed by the message length, and they kind of were frustrated. And so when I went back and I would call them and walk them through it, then they were like, oh, that's so easy. I'm like, right. So I'm trying to figure out a more efficient way for some of the people that aren't just quick to read a bunch of words and pick up what you're wanting them to do. So I think, like you said, the graphics might be a good idea. I might ask for some examples of what you did offline, because that's why I felt like they were like, I don't have time to read your long message. And these are friends of mine, and of course they're giving me trouble in a joking way. But I'm like, they're really not long. If you really just read them, it's a quick, 2 minutes of your time. But
well, Jeannie just
trying
said
to find a better way to do that.
Yes. So thank you so much, Jeannie. So yeah, let's have you, you're cutting out, Robin. So yes, so Jeannie will post them so that way we can see them. And then of course, just use Jeannie's examples and make your own with them. But yeah, I think that's a great idea. Also what Carrie said, video messages. I've gone to some video messages in there, although I do find that people don't really like to watch the videos either. So I don't know, I like to do a mix, and I like to keep them short, but sometimes I found that they don't have data, so they can't watch the video or things like that. So I try to kind of switch it up, make it a little bit personal, but I think those graphics will be a great idea as well. So, but post in the chat what's working for you. What is something that, something that works for you to keep you efficient with your host coaching? Maybe you use a Google Drive and you have everything typed in there. Maybe you have alarms on your phone like I do, where different days of the week. So on, Tuesdays, it's my day that I ask the host to reach out to her and get her 3 bookings. So I send all my hosts the same wording. Okay, I want you to get all the free stuff from me. This is what I give you when you reach out and contact 15 people. Will you reach out if I give you the words? And so, just different timers for different things that have to happen in the week. I even have a timer for, okay, today's the day to ask, double check with the host about if she wants to sign. And that's my day. I send her a great little, you're doing awesome message. And so, of course, all this is just message to them. I still do the group chat each morning, but all my direct conversation is going to the individual host. But just whatever needs to happen, like write down everything you do for a week for your business, and then find out like what things are so important that you need to have them scheduled. And so you have specific days that you're doing them, and they don't have to take very long, but if you have a set schedule, then that's really going to help you. And so, but let's see. So as we wrap up with our chat about, and Darlene on our team, if you go to Best Team Ever, she has a really, really good spreadsheet for what you can do for your virtual parties, kind of like a host coaching sheet. So you can go through every single step on that and have a page printed out for every party. If you like to kind of document things, write down, okay, these are my 3 party guests I'm going to ask about signing because they have been rock stars. So like write that down, and then a place for you to check off that you've asked the host a couple times and invited her to join your team, but just customize it to make it work for you. And then, so basically I want you to type in the chat, what 1 or 2 ideas are you going to implement to work on becoming a more effective host coacher? So pick 1 or 2 ideas that you want to implement right away. Because if we just take all these ideas and we write them down and we don't make a plan, they're just going to be like, gone. So implement, like make a goal for yourself to implement 1 or 2 new ideas right away. What ideas do you want to start rolling with? And I want to encourage everybody to make a video for your host coaching that you can send to your host to show your appreciation right off the bat when you're getting their party rolling, or maybe when they book their party, whatever you want to do it. But basically make a quick little short video, 1 or 2 minutes max. You don't want it to be long because people won't watch anything long. So make a video super quick of your host coaching. I will post mine so you can see how I direct her to the to signing in as a consultant, and I'll tell you, or as a host, and I'll tell you, it's very telling when I see people haven't watched the video because they're like, how do I log in again? I'm like, you didn't watch your video. But so like, oh, did that video not come through? So but creating desire or interest for our business. So basically, don't you guys love knowing that our job isn't to talk anybody into being a consultant, right? We don't want to talk anybody into it because that's not ever going to work if we are convincing them they need to do this. Our job is to simply create lots of desire and interest to make your recruiting messages have variety. So a common mistake a lot of consultants do when they are first sharing and working to create desire is they focus on why they do the business and look for people just like them. If they're a stay-at-home mom, they want to just talk about it being a stay-at-home mom and miss the, all the working men and women that want a fun side gig. Or maybe they just focus on making money and they never reach the people that don't need the money, but they want more of the fun and the friends. So let's talk about how we can create desire for all people, men, women, young, old, rich, poor, foodies, drive-through gurus. The first step is to limit how often we say me and I, and instead a brief me or I statement followed up quickly with you statements. So I started Pampered Chef because blank, but I stay with Pampered Chef because blank. If you're looking for more of anything in your life, I would love to share with you. Maybe you're looking for more fun, for more free products, for more income. Pampered Chef can do that and so much more. So you just kind of fill in those blanks. Start with you, but then turn it around to them. Maybe do a quick video to offer more and be sure to show off a great kit product in that video. And then especially with a $39 kit, like focus on that and how people can join for $39, try it out for 30 days to get $400 worth of stuff. Or I'm selling a lot of the big kits too, $199 for $1,100 of stuff, including that pressure cooker. Insane deal, always free shipping. So super awesome deal just to try it for 30 days. They're not signing their life away. So people don't know all the benefits about being a consultant. So I want to challenge you to think about fun facts of being a consultant. So some are obvious and some are not. Then you're going to create a picture of how many fun facts as possible. And you could put a little Canva image of all the fun things that you love about your business, because a lot of people don't like their job and they could use something fun. A lot of people just, leave this life, they go to work, they come home, like they need some fun in their life. They could really love this. But we don't know just looking at names on a virtual party who could use some more fun in their life. So include answers like, fun fact, we earn free products, lots of them. Fun fact, we earn free vacations. Fun fact, we make wonderful friends. Fun fact, we have flexibility to work when we want and get paid to be on Facebook, or not be on Facebook if you're using a posting service. So, and then really focusing on asking your host and picking 3 guests per party, asking your host at least beginning, middle, and end, at least 3 is a minimum. And then, but don't decide for them. Let them be the ones to decide if it's a good fit for them. That's just being just a good person, is like offering this, like it's a good cookie or a good restaurant. Like you would not share that with a friend. And my favorite analogy is like, you're at a party and you have this plate of wonderful, delicious, like chocolate chunk cookies, and you're bringing them around, and there's this one person you don't offer them to. And it's like, oh man. And she's thinking, why didn't you offer me a cookie? So we want to offer it to everybody. We don't want to prejudge, and just put it out there and let them decide. This is not a bad thing. And this could be life-changing for so many people. Keep in mind Carrie, who, was making $400 a month, and now she's making thousands and thousands a month. Like, look at how much this has changed her life in a matter of a few months. Like, amazing things. And this company has blessed so many people, both hosts, guests, and consultants. Like, just thankfully, like Doris Christopher, like, drove that car to her first show 39 years ago yesterday. Like, thankfully she offered this to everybody and changed so many lives with this. But don't decide for them. Let them be the ones to say no, but you have to get that initial no out of the way. They're always going to say no at first, usually, and then they're going to come around to thinking about it. So put that bug in their ear. They may have self-doubt. They may like whatever, but like get them to say no first. So that's why we like to ask early. And then, then they might come back around to it. And it took me 6 years. Tracy asked me 6 years before I actually signed up. So just put that bug in the ear, but most people aren't going to just come to you and be like, hey, I want to do this. Some people will, and those are awesome. And we love that when that happens. But most people are scared about something, or, nervous about something. So that's why we want to talk to them really quick. Send us screenshots when you're talking to your hosts. You have to read the no. Sometimes the no is going to be soft, and they're expressing a concern that's really easy to overcome. And sometimes the no is going to be hard. So we have to read that, but send your director screenshots so we can help you with how do you respond to that next. We really want to help you with that part. So, but we're excited, use the words, try this for 30 days. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Probably that you're going to think, man, why didn't I try this 10 years ago when I first thought about it? Like, where would I be 10 years, if I had done this back then? So really and then of course, when we have somebody interested, we want to avoid the word vomit. That happens, and then we can talk people out of it. So we just have to shut up and we have to listen to them. Why is it appealing to them? What are they looking for? And then our job's to kind of help share some of the perks, but we want to, again, stay away from me so much and ask them, ask them about it. So, all right. So we are going to have a opportunity event. So let's see, is it next Monday night? Let me see. So opportunity event, because we want you to have a place to invite all your leads to. So 8 o'clock Central Time, next Monday night, opportunity event, to really reach out to everybody that might be on the fence and invite them to that. It's going to be a quick online thing, like an online virtual party, but I want you to invite at least 5 or 10 people into that event, because the more you're asking, the more are going to join. And then you never know. We always have people sign up after this event. I'm going to give away a free kit. So let them know, hey, check this out. No pressure, but just check this out and see if it might be a good fit for you. And then we'll go from there. But there is going to be somebody that earns a free kit that night. So we'll be setting up a Facebook group for that, so you can add all your people into there. I'll post the wording like on our best team that you can use to invite people, and then I'll post the link so you can invite them into that group. But it's just like kind of like a 1-hour Facebook party where people are checking in and commenting. It's fast and furious, and I want you to be on there too, so you can learn even more about building your team and sharing the opportunity with people. So all right, so that's it. Homework is, of course, making your little host coaching video and writing your 3 affirmations. So those are easy. And we like to give you homework that's practical for you. It's not extra stuff that's just like busy work. This is all stuff helping your business. That video, it's going to be great to use every single party. Again, another piece of homework is to make your 25 contacts a day. And our goal is at least 2 new parties every week with those. And then thank you so much for sending your contacts in. If you haven't had a chance to send them this week, you get a pass till tonight. Normally they're due every Tuesday night, but you get a pass till tonight. And then our winner for the Happy Mail by having it in last night is Maddie. So yay, Maddie. So you'll get a little prize in the mail from me. And and then basically just watching the videos that I put. And if you haven't had a chance to watch the little clips from last week's homework, make sure to do that tonight before you get too far behind. I know it's easy to get too far behind with life and craziness. So just scroll back under the announcements to week 1 homework and look at those quick little video clips, but they're great. So, all right. Anybody have any questions before we let you go? No? All right. Go rock those bookings this week, rock those contacts. Make sure you're writing lots of detail on your list. I love the list, like especially Desi's, how she had all that detail and she had highlighted the ones that booked. But you want to be able to pick up that list and know where to go with each of those people. If you don't have any notes next to them, it doesn't do you any good. It's kind of a waste of time. Then you have to go back and like look through the conversation. Where did you leave it? You want anybody theoretically to pick up your list and know where to go with that list. So, and make sure if you haven't heard back from them, that's what that call box 1 and 2 and 3, follow up with them a couple of days later if you haven't heard back. Don't just assume, oh, they're not interested. So many times I'll think that, and then I reach out to them like, okay, I really should be that professional and reach out and say, hey, did you get my message? My Facebook's been acting up. I like to blame Facebook for everything after June and the month of being in jail. But so many times they come back and they book and they're like, oh my gosh, I was just thinking of you. And I'm like, well, why didn't you message? But like, they're like, I want to book a party. So definitely follow up with them. And thanks again tonight, guys, for your time. You guys are rock stars. So excited for you guys. Hang on the line if you have any questions real quick. And if not, have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Cami, are we closing out and then you're going to start the new one? Is Cami gone? Okay. I think I'm going to end the recording. Have an awesome night, everyone. Goodbye. And if you're staying for Mastermind, then you'll just click on this link in about 3 minutes, okay?